And now it's time to put in our columns for our piers. So we're going to put some little stubby columns in here and then some footing pads. So let's go to our top of footing. Okay. Now, where are our columns? Okay. This is another example where we might want to go in and draw some reference planes. Okay. Let's go back to our top of main. Okay. I'm going to go to the Home tab and I'm going to say Reference Plane. And I'm going to zoom in. I'm going to hover. I'm going to snap to the center there. Click, escape, escape. Pick on there and draw a little reference plane just like that. Now I'm going to take this guy. I'm going to say Copy, Multiple, and keep it on Constrain. And watch. I'm going to snap to here. Wheel out. Zoom down. And as soon as I get there, pick. Because I said multiple, I can keep going. Okay, zoom, zoom. Pick. Okay. Now I can also go this way. Because they are lined up. Zoom over here. Now is it coming over? No, it's only going that way. So let's take the constraint off. And now I think I'm going to draw a new reference plane. Okay. Oh, look, this wall's the wrong thickness. What am I going to do? Watch. I'm going to go use my match type and say match type this wall to this wall. Boom. All of a sudden this wall is wider. Zoom in, escape, escape, home, reference plane, or you could add that to your PG. Notice the snap, the triangle there. Escape, escape, pick, drag, place. Okay. Now watch when I go to my second floor, for instance, we could see where those columns are. Okay, just in case we needed to know. And on the foundation or top of footing, we now know where they are as well. So let's add in a little column here. Let's go to Structure, Column, and we're going to go in here and pick a concrete 12 by 12. Let's say they only need a 10 by 10. So we go 12 by 12. What are we going to do? Edit Type, Duplicate. Okay, swipe in here. 10 by 10, or in metric a 250 by 250. Hit OK, but remember what we have to do is change this number. Now because it's square, they're both being controlled by the same parameter. So I change that to be 10 inches, and that's it. It's the B variable. Okay, and now I'm placing the column. It's going to start at top of footing. It's going to go up to the top of main, but it needs to go up to the top of main minus 14 inches minus the depth of the beam. So I'm going to, and again, I can't put that in there, but we'll use our attach. All I want to do is snap to here and go pick. It's going to give me a warning probably. Oh, no warning. And pick. Okay. And pick. Over to here. Pick. Okay. Escape, escape. So those are going all the way up to the main floor. Okay, so let's go to our, well, there's a section right here. Double click. Let's see what we got. There's our column. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take that column and say attach the top to this beam. Boom. Done. Okay. Grab this column, attach the top to this beam. Okay. Looks good. Now, why don't we try doing this in 3D? Perfect. Okay. We can do it in other 3D views, but we could have also done it in here and turned off some objects. But I'm just going to be sneaky and grab both of these at the same time and say attach the top to this beam. Okay. Beam columns love to attach to floors and beams and footings and stuff. Okay, so there's our little columns, and now we need to add our footing pads to that. So let's go to our top of footing. Zoom in here. Okay, let's do a little save. We've done a bit of work here. And now let's go to, on our structure tab, look, there's an isolated footing. Okay, adds footings under columns or piles, or it could be used as a pile cap as it says. So isolated footing. No structural foundation families loaded in this project. Would you like to load one? So I'm going to say yes, I would. So I'm going to go to Structure. I'm going to go to Foundations, and now I've got a pile cap rectangular, footing. Okay, a strip footing that goes under a wall is different. These are isolated footings. Footing rectangular looks good. It's a .rfa family file. That's the name of it, and this is where it's located. Okay, it's actually an external file. Open, brings it in. Now, when I bring it in, these are the different types it comes with. Okay, let's hit escape for a second. Let's go down and see what that brought in. Under structural foundations, okay, we have a footing rectangular, and it comes in with these two sizes. So what I'm going to do is, I can do this right from here before I even place it. Double click on that, it opens up the properties of it. Here we go. Duplicate. I'm going to call this a 48 inch by 48 inch by 10 inch. Okay. So now I need to change it. The width is 4 feet, which is good. The length is 4 feet, and the thickness is 10 inches. Boom. This is the name. This is the pertinent information. Hit OK. So now I've created a new, okay, and you can do that with doors and windows or anything. Double click it on here and duplicate it to make a new one. Or you can do it on the fly as you place it. Now watch, when I go back, click in here to make sure this is your view, and then isolated footing, here it goes. Okay, I could have used this and hit edit and then hit duplicate and did the same thing, created a new one. So I'm going to just pick it off the list. Okay, look what it says, click to place a freestanding. So I'm going to go over here and pick. Okay, notice I'm at the level top of footing. Okay, but footings love columns, so it should actually just magnetize to the underside of that footing anyway. Click, click. I don't like the look of that one. Let's delete it. Let's do another one. Footing. That's better. Bink. Okay. Escape, escape. Now also on my beams, you'll notice it tagged it. Okay, I can take that tag and move it out of the way there. Okay, so beams by default will place it just like walls. They'll put tags. We can delete these and re-tag them later if we want. All you have to do is go back to your annotation tab and say tag by category. Okay, or there's different tagging systems. We're not going to get into that right now. So there is our footing pads, which are going right underneath our columns. Okay, so let's have a last look here in our 3D view. Let's pick on this wall and let's say hide the category. Let's pick on the roof. Say hide the category. Pick on the floor. Hide the category. Pick on the window. Hide the category. Pick on the topo surface. And this. Hide category. Pick these guys. Hide the category. So that's kind of, let's get rid of the railing. Okay, so there's kind of our framing. These are showing these walls because they're considered load bearing. So there's our foundation, and our foundation wall actually is not considered load bearing for some reason. Let's do something. Let's go back behind the curtain. Let's pick this wall, and you can work on the stuff here, and it by default it's not set to be structural. If I make that structural, then it truly becomes load bearing. Okay, and then when I go back to here, you'll see that. Okay, now that looks like it's an instance property. So let's go back to here, and let me try something here. Let me just do a crossing box like this. I'm going to filter for only walls, which are going to be those foundation walls, and I'm going to make them structural. So the structural aspect is actually an instance parameter, not a type parameter. Click out, click on here, and then I'm going to see the actual structural aspect. Okay, this is the structural analytical model, what you're seeing there. You're not seeing the wall itself. Okay, so that's really turns out good. So there's about as much of the 3D framing that we're going to do. We're not going to frame every header and every joist and every single member. Okay, I think we will. I think we probably. Nah, I don't even think we need to frame that stairway because we'll just double up our joists this way and this way. So I'm going to let the structural guy kind of detail that. So for the time being, I think that's all we're going to do for structural. I'm going to go back in here and say unhide all these categories. Click back out. Okay. And then we'll move on with some more interesting topics.